Hello and greetings from Iceland. In this video, I'm going to talk about the official Icelandic ring road around my country, or highway number 1. And as the ring road suggests, it is supposed to be the main route around the country, and it has been marketed as such, often as a travel suggestion, which would be great if this was indeed a full ring road. But unfortunately, it is not so. It leaves out large areas of Iceland that are significant when it comes to our most interesting places. So when I see tourists bragging about driving the complete ring road in Iceland, I'm not very impressed unless they tell me all about the detours. Since those who don't do the detours, they are telling me that they skipped the complete Westfjords, which has its own ring road, and they are also telling me that they left out the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, which is one of the most mysterious and beautiful places in Iceland. And then we have the complete northeast corner of Iceland. It's the most rural part of my country, like the mighty prairie, where we get the almost sunsets flatlined during summer solstice. And up there in the north, on the edge of the world as most of us know it, the local people can truly be called the people of the land. And those who drive the ring road only, they will find themselves on the most boring part of the Icelandic highway system, or the Northwest Highway. Not only is it flat and dull, it is also highly depressing, since the only tourist attraction for miles is the place where the last execution in Iceland took place. But a bit further north, we find the Arctic Coastway, or this extremely diverse adventure road with tunnels and steep mountains and all sorts of towns, or the old Iceland not by highway number 1. And Iceland's most powerful waterfall, it is not by highway number 1, or Detours, that makes many of the waterfalls by the ring road look like kitchen cranes. And then we have Ásbyrgi, one of our most spectacular formation, carved out from a mysterious natural disaster, and you will find out that the elves, they are way more polite around here than by the ring road. And the town Húsavík, again, not by the ring road, but it's one of the most beautiful towns in Iceland. And it is also our whale-watching capital. And finally, the roads on the Highlands, like this one. They are easy to drive during summer for all cars, and it's mountain roads like this that help you to make your own ring road around the tourist attractions that matter to you. So, if you drove the official ring road, don't expect me to say, wow, but I can compliment you for finding my channel. And I'm glad to be able to tell you that we can blame all this on us Icelanders. After all, we have been using this ring road marketing slogan for decades now, but why? So let me explain. This is the map of Iceland from the 1960s. And this is Vatnajökull Glacier, where we have the famous Glacier Lagoon, one of our most important tourist hotspots, and it is less than 400 kilometers away from Reykjavík. But back then, we would have to drive almost 1,000 kilometers, all due to the glacier. There were countless rivers and streams flowing over the vast sandy plain there, so it was 60 kilometers of road and bridges that we needed to have a complete ring road. We can blame this on the regular glacier floods that changed the landscape there every time when the large flood hit us, but in the 1960s a certain change was however taking place. Glacier floods became more common and not as devastating as they used to be. So there was this glimmer of hope that we could design a permanent highway there, but this was also a very expensive task for a nation of less than 200,000 people back then. We needed 12 bridges in total, and we also needed some good engineering to make the foundations under the bridges. So to make this happen, the government issued a sort of bonds with lottery numbers. So we had the chance to get some extra bonus every year until we cast them, and this paid for this project. So the ring road was ready in 1974, or the year when Icelanders celebrated the 1100th anniversary of the settlement of Iceland. So this was in a way our birthday present, or the most extensive project that had ever been undertaken in Iceland. And even though this wasn't a complete ring road that covered the areas I just mentioned, this concept or a ring road had everything to do with our own perception, of course, since tourism back then was very primitive and all roads in Iceland were gravel roads. However, after the Eyjafjallajökull eruption in 2010, the tourism industry took off like never before, and we never corrected this. Since the ring road concept has its benefits, of course, it has helped us to get people to see more than just the south coast, but still the official ring road sends out the message that it must have some connection with desirable tourist destinations, although it is hopeless for that. So there are people in the travel industry that are totally with me in this. We should change this concept and do way more to promote the ring roads around Iceland, since there are so many options we have today. Our road network is quite extensive, making it very easy to make use of every kilometer. So the bottom line is, the ring road is a long outdated concept that in some cases does more harm than good. So when you come visit us, think of it as highway number 1. The fastest way to go between counties, but don't let it rob you of opportunities to plan much more fun trips than the ring road offers. And soon I will make another video about the travel summer 2023. We expect a record-breaking number of tourists this year in Iceland, but there are ways to work around it, so please consider to subscribe for all there is to know about my home country, Iceland.